Go on, Gary Freak, get one yourself, son. And what a great goal! Tonto shoots! Oh!
Well, hello everybody, you're very welcome back to Leeds Bros for your Monday night Leeds news roundup. Hope everybody is keeping and doing well. And it is officially the international break. No Leeds United for 2 weeks. But don't you worry, there's going to be plenty of content coming out on Leeds Bros to keep you tied over until we play Burnley at Turf Moor in 2 weeks' time. So make sure you're giving the video a big thumbs up. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button. And of course, make sure you're hitting that notification bell as well, guys, so you don't miss any of the content that we put out over the next couple of days. But Leeds United head into the international break on the back of a defeat. Unfortunately, we lost 2-1 to Spurs on Saturday, which I felt was a really battling performance for the lads. And I thought we deserved at least a point out of that game. And Leeds United have received a good bit of praise from pundits as well. They recognise Leeds United's battling performance against Spurs. Alan Shearer, speaking on The Rest Is Football podcast, went on to say that Spurs' ability to transition quickly on the wings was the main factor for him. And he did, in fairness, they used the wings very well. And the transition at times, I felt, really hurt Leeds United, especially for the first goal when Carl Darlow came from a long kick out from him. It was won by Porro into our midfield, and all of a sudden, 4 seconds later, the ball is in the Leeds United net. And I did feel like that at times, that they were transitioning on us very quickly. I think we were getting forward a little bit too much, especially in them wide position in Goodmunson and Bogle. We were caught out a couple of times in them full back positions. But Shearer did go on to say that Leeds United had more possession, more shots, and had the better chances, and he put Spurs under huge pressure at times. And I think we all felt that as well. Leeds United definitely dominated all the stats, but obviously the main stat is the scoreline, and Spurs obviously won 2-1. And look, we had our chances to win the game, especially through Dominic Calvert-Lewin as well. He had a couple of chances where he should be putting the ball in the back of the net, and it just wasn't meant to be. And then Spurs ultimately, look at £55 million player puts the ball in the back of the net, and we can't really compete with that at the minute where Leeds United are at. But Chris Sutton has had a say on Leeds United as well. He was speaking on BBC Radio when a Spurs caller called in to say the Spurs are now going to be a contender for the title. Chris Sutton was very quick to shut him down. He went on to say, you scraped the draw against Wolves, you drew in Norway, and Bobo Glint paid you off the park, and Leeds United were the better team. Look at the stats, Leeds were the better team. You get this one over the line, and then suddenly you're in a title race. This is cloud cuckoo land that you're on. And I think this is just typical Spurs. I think we're used to this as well. When they win a couple of games in a row or get over the line, they all of a sudden think that they're title contenders. I personally don't think Spurs are going to be going for the title. I think they're way off it. I wasn't very impressed with them on Saturday. Haven't really been impressed with them all season. But they were a typical Thomas Frank side. They know how to get results, they know how to get it over the line. But I think with the players that they have, and the football that they're playing, it doesn't really make a great mix for me. And yeah, I wasn't impressed with Spurs at all. But look, they get the result, and what can you do? It's just one of them things. But also, Leeds United have received a little bit of praise from ex-Man United striker Wayne Rooney, who was on Match of the Day on Saturday night. And I was watching it myself, so I found it a little bit strange hearing an ex-Man United player praising Leeds United. But he did say Leeds were very unlucky not to come away with any points. They created really good chances, but they weren't clinical enough. He will be really happy with that performance, Daniel Farke. And again, I think, look, I agree with Alan Shearer, I agree with Chris Sutton, and I agree with Wayne Rooney as well. It really was a good performance from Leeds United, and we have seen it. We've been very, very good so far this season. The performances have been at a really high level, and I think as a newly promoted side, we can take some comfort in that. But we need to start turning these really good performances into points, because I think in a couple of games this season, we haven't really got what we deserved out of games. When I look back, did the Everton game, look, we got a little bit of luck with the penalty. Yeah, look, we did. But a couple of games, I think we've got caught. Newcastle at home, we felt like we should have picked up all 3 points that day. I thought we were worthy of the win. Again, nothing going forward. You look at the Fulham game as well, last minute OG from Gabby Goodmunson, the Bournemouth game, last minute equaliser, and then against Spurs on Saturday. So that's 4 games out of the 7 games where I felt like Leeds United were probably worth a little bit more than what they got. The only game I think we've completely been out of is the Arsenal game away from home. They absolutely blew us off the park. And yeah, Leeds United deserved to lose that game down there. We never showed up on the day. But I think as Leeds fans, I put out a poll on the Leeds Bros X today about our Leeds overachieving at the minute. are we just about right with our performance? Are we underwhelming? And everyone, I think it was 75%, and there was over 100 votes on it, saying that we're just about right where we're at the minute. And I think, if you had said to any Leeds fans after 7 games, especially with the run of fixtures that we had, that we'd have 8 points, 15th in the division, 4 points clear the relegation zone, you probably would take it. But when you look at how the bad luck has got against us in the last couple of games, it probably makes you feel like it should have been a little bit better. We probably should be up there with the likes of your Sunderland and a little bit higher, looking up the table rather than looking over our shoulders now. And I actually think the next 5 fixtures for Leeds United are absolutely massive. I think we've probably all seen Leeds United's run in December. It's a really, really tough run for Leeds United coming up to the Christmas period. But if you look at the next 5 games for Leeds United, Burnley obviously away from home in the next one, got West Ham at home at Elland Road, Brighton away, Forest away, and then Aston Villa at home. So I'll be looking at these 5 fixtures to hope that Leeds United can pick up at least 7 to 9 points. And then I think we'll be in a really good stead going into the next 5 fixtures after that. Man City away, Chelsea at home, Liverpool at home, Brentford away. We know Leeds United's record down in London, and then Crystal Palace at home as well, which we know Crystal Palace are a brilliant side under Oliver Glasner as well. So I think the next 5 games for Leeds United is going to be the real deciding factor. So I think the international break has probably came just at the right time for Leeds United. I really do. As much as I hate international football, I hate the international breaks. I think it's came at a good time for Leeds United. I think you could see, especially the end of the Bournemouth game, you could see a couple of tired legs out there. And then again, at the end of the Spurs game, you could see a couple of tired legs. When you look at the likes of Anton Stack, he looks absolutely jaded the last 2 games as well. Okafor has been flagging a little bit coming towards the end of games as well. So I'm hoping we really utilise these 2 weeks now, and Daniel Farke can really, drum into them and get them ready then for a tough run that's going to be coming right up to the Christmas and then into the January period. So I hope he used the 2 weeks really good. Hope he get Willie Nanto back as well from his calf injury that he seems to be struggling with, just to give us another option out on that right-hand side. Because look, we seen Jack Harrison coming on for Brendan Aronson on the weekend, and he didn't really change the game. Although I felt like at the time it was the right sub, that Brendan Aronson was flagging a little bit and wasn't really creating that out on that right-hand side. When Jack Harrison came on, he did very little. Same thing with Anton Stack as well. He created very little against Spurs for me. Went missing for large parts of the game. And then Tanaka comes on. I actually thought Tanaka played really well. And there could be a show for me for Tanaka to start against Burnley down at Turf Moor and maybe rotate that midfield a little bit more. And maybe Stack then can come back in for West Ham United. So, yeah, look, it's going to be interesting. As I said, I think the international break has probably come at a good time, as much as I do hate it. But gives Leeds United a little chance, a little breather, work on a couple of things, and hopefully get a couple of bodies back to kind of flesh out this squad a little bit. Because when you look at that bench against Spurs, it was not good at all. We had absolutely no game changers coming off the bench for me. So hopefully we get a couple of bodies back there to flesh it out a little bit. Let's talk about Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who did do a post-match interview with TNT after the Spurs game, and he was asked how he's settling in to life at Leeds United. He went on to say, "Yeah, I'm loving it. I've been here 5 weeks and I'm really enjoying it. I've settled in really well. The lads and the manager have been really good with me." And it's obviously fantastic to see, because obviously Calvert-Lewin, this is a big move in his career. He was at Everton for a long time. He's obviously gone back to Yorkshire, where he's from. He spoke about a familiar Yorkshire accent as well. And I think Calvert-Lewin has settled in really well at Leeds. I think you can see that in his performances. His hold-up play for me, lads, is probably one of the best in this division. And I know that's probably wild to say. His hold-up play is absolutely fantastic. His ability to bring the ball in and bring others into play is just absolutely brilliant. And we've seen that in our goal against Spurs. The little knockdown to Brendan Aronson was absolutely fantastic. It's obviously just that side of a game that the striker's meant to do, is put the ball in the back of the net, that I think he's lacking with at the minute. But I do think he will come good. If you look against Bournemouth, he 3 very, very good chances. Should have at least had 2 or 3 against Bournemouth, and then he probably should have at least had 1 against Spurs as well. So 5 big chances from Dominic Calvert-Lewin missed over the last 2 games. But I just think it's a little bit of rustiness. I do think he's still settling into this Leeds United side. I do think it's going to take time to get him up to speed. And if we're all honest with ourselves, he's definitely the best number 9 that we have at the football club. You're not going to get that out of Joe Pirro. That hold-up play is a totally different striker. Although I do think there is a position in Joe Pirro to come off the bench, like what we've seen against Spurs. He was very unlucky with his chance. And I don't think Lucas Mecha can do exactly what Dominic Calvert-Lewin does as well. They're very similar players, but I don't think Mecha can do it at the level that Dominic Calvert-Lewin can do it. So he has my full back, and I obviously hope that he comes good. Hope he can start putting the ball in the back of the net for Leeds United, especially in these upcoming 5 fixtures out. As I said, it's going to be crucial for Leeds United. But that is it for your Leeds United transfer news roundup on your Monday night, guys. Very little news going out there. Probably is going to die off over the international break. But anything that is out there, we'll be sure to bring it to you guys. Myself and Dylan will be back live on Wednesday night for the broadcast as well. We will have a guest on for that. And we'll break down the 4-7 games. So make sure you drop in. It's going to be a live stream. Get your thoughts in the comments below and break it all down, and we'll have a chat about Leeds United's season so far. If you are interested as well, guys, we do have a Leeds Bros WhatsApp group. All you have to do is scan that QR code down the bottom right-hand corner of your screen. I think there's about 22, 23 people in there, and we keep everyone up to date with all the latest news, and we have a good bit of crack and all before match day as well. So you do fancy joining the Leeds Bros community, you're more than welcome to do so, guys. But that's it from me. Mind yourselves, mind each other. Catch you in the next one.